Hi guys, so I thought I'd come on. I really apologise for being a little bit late, but frustratingly, the way that light works in here, I've never worn my glasses before to do a Facebook Live, and all I'm getting is a glare which is right in front of my face, which is making it all a little bit tricky. So I was running around trying to find a way to stop that, but actually there is no way of stopping it. So I'm just, this is what happens when you go live, right guys? So what I wanted to do was come on today and say happy Monday. This is our first Monday, well, our first week where we are all, or most countries I know are on lockdown for the first full week. And I wanted to just get on and do a bit of a positive spin on it. So if you're in the Winning in Work community and you're in our Facebook group, you would have seen me talk briefly about this being a time to reevaluate and really reevaluate what this means for your career. So I wanted to come on and do something a little bit more, something a little bit stronger here, and talk to you all about this actually being a good time rather than a bad time. And I am very aware that this is a time where a lot of people are losing their jobs. I see that this is also a time when loads of different things are going on. You know, families are having to look after the children and play teacher and at the same time, work from home. I am not saying by any stretch of the imagination that this is a perfect scenario. Same with loads and loads of entrepreneurs as well. I know that you are trying to keep your businesses going a really, really tough time, and you've probably got children and you've got, family members that you're worried about. I get that this is a very, very difficult time, and there is no way that I'm actually disputing that at all. But the reason why I say this is also a very exciting time is because this is actually a time for you to reevaluate. And this is, a lot of the time we tend to, just sort of run on empty almost. We're on that treadmill of life and we're just going and going and going and going. And there's no time. There's never ever any time just to stop and just go, hold on, I'm not ready for this, and so we sort of fall into that sort of working on autopilot a lot of the time. Like we're just running on empty and running on autopilot. So we just need to just keep moving forward. The days still keep ticking. We've just got to keep going. And so, and that's fair enough for a lot of us. A lot of us, we're just, ducks. We're just trying to stay really serene along the surface and we're kicking away underneath. And we struggle with that. And we just have to just keep our heads above water a lot of the time. We're just like, what? Like, I have no time to concentrate on other things. I just need to keep my head above water, keep splashing. And just to say that this actually is a time, if you can, just to stop and just go, right, okay, let me reevaluate. So many people that I've spoken to have reevaluated what this really means for them, for their life, for their career. Yes, there are loads and loads and loads of negatives to this situation, and I'm not disputing that at all. But what I'm also saying is that there are a lot of, if you can find them, positives. This is a perfect time to start reevaluating what this really means for you. So many people are saying, oh, well, this is so awful. But the question is how was your life before COVID? What was BC like? What was life like before COVID-19? And if you can be 100% honest with yourself, were there things that needed to be done? Were there things on that to-do list? Were you in the career that you weren't really that happy in and actually you wish that you'd changed it up a little bit? Were you living a life that was half full? Were you not really spending much time with your family? What was life like before COVID-19 hit? Because let's face it, it was only 2 weeks ago that we were pretty much, riding high. We were fine, right? None of us thought this was really going to happen. Next thing you know, we're in full-on lockdown. So, write in the comments, how was life before, BC, before COVID? Because that's the thing, is that I know for myself, there were loads of things that I probably wasn't as productive as I should have been, or not say should, could have been. And there were little things that I wish that I had done, but I just didn't have the time. I just kept saying, I don't have the time. And I think that's something to really think about. How many times did you say, oh, well, I'll do that, but I don't have the time before? And now we're in a situation when we've actually got a lot of time. This is it. Like, this is now the time to start thinking about all those things that you really wanted to do. And how were you? You know, let me know. How were you with your career? Were you happy? Were you happy with your life? Was it everything you ever wanted? Because a lot of the time, it's not. We were all just running on empty. We were all just using the treadmill of life to keep us going. When actually, this could have been now the perfect time to start really thinking about what you do want. And I mean, a lot of us tend to be in our comfort zones a lot of the time. Comfort zone's a really great place to be, isn't it? Because we always know that we're comfortable, we're happy. Things are never going to shake us up too much. But a lot of the time it takes things like this to shake us up, to make us realise that maybe there's something else that you want. Maybe you had a burning desire in there somewhere to do something else and you haven't done it yet. And maybe this is your chance. Maybe this is the kick you need to go on and do something that you've always wanted to do. So you need to ask yourself, where are you on that treadmill of life right now? Are you where you want to be? Were you moving along quite nicely and you were about to achieve some great things? If so, this hasn't stopped you. It's probably slowed you down a little bit, but it hasn't stopped you from achieving what you really wanted to do. You'll still get there. So the only thing I can say is that if you're not where you should be or you want to be, I say should, I mean should for you. If you're not where you think you want to be right now, this is your perfect time to sit down and figure it out. So many of us live and operate in our comfort zones, and we don't realise until we're in our 70s that actually we wish that we had done something to bust out of it, that we had done something to change it up a little bit, that maybe we were just playing too safe. Well, I think this has actually shown us that if we are living a very safe life and we wanted to change it up a little bit, well, now we've got the opportunity to really think about it and really start to do it. You know, we could be in this lockdown for quite a while now, and the best way to look at it is, where do you want to be after this lockdown? Do you want to be in a fantastic position where you sort of skip out of the house going, yep, and I've achieved so much, and now I know where I'm going to go with my life and I'm going to completely change it up? Or are you going to skip out of the house going, phew, well, I'm so glad that's over. I now want to go back into what I was doing before. And either of those options are okay. They are okay as long as they are okay and the right option for you. But you need to ask yourself, is that the right option for you? Do you want to shake up your life in some way? Do you want to go back to the status quo? What is it? Let me know. You know, loads of people are very, very happy with their lives and will stick with what they've already got. But there will also be some people that go, this is the perfect time to start changing it up. So let me know, because actually I think that's what you need to start figuring out. Do you want to stick with the status quo, or is there something about your life that you can deeply change right now? And I've written down here, you know, about achieving goals, because now is the perfect time to define and redefine those goals. So I know for me it was very much getting a better strategy on turning the coaching what I do here and, you know, into winning in work as a company. And that's exactly what I am now working hard to do. I didn't do that. That wasn't originally the plan. That wasn't the plan a year ago, but it is now. And that's just where my goals have changed. I've redefined what all of this means. Starting the podcast this year and then this happening means that so much more has been changed. It means that my one-to-one face-to-face interviews cannot be one-to-one face-to-face interviews anymore. And I've made loads of changes. I've moved to the other side of the world. But you have to make these changes. You have to change it up. You have to take risks. You have to try something new. And I think things like this just go to show that it doesn't matter what you may want for your life. It doesn't matter. You may sit there and go, oh, this is impossible. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that. But really, the real reason why you're holding yourself back is usually fear. And when things like this happen, they show you that the world is a lot bigger than you think it is. You being scared of putting yourself out there and jumping out of your comfort zone is one type of fear. The entire globe going into lockdown over a huge global pandemic is a different kind of fear. You can't control this. You cannot control this. You can control your own fear that holds you back, but you can't control this. But what you can control is how you react to it. So your little fears that are holding you back, keeping you in your comfort zone, keeping you locked away, that you can change. And that is something that you need to change for you. The global pandemic, you can't change, but you can change what happens inside of you to make you ready for when we're free, when we're out of lockdown. You can look back in 3 months' time and go, I got all this done and I now know what I want for my future. Or you can look back and go, I'm going to go straight back to the status quo and stick to what I know. Whichever way you decide to go, it's completely up to you, but make sure it's your choice. Don't just fall into the status quo after we get out of lockdown because that's the easy route and you're too scared to do anything else. Make sure that you've made the decision for you, how you want your future to pan out. And now, while we're all in lockdown, is the best time than any to start figuring out what you really want to do. So I really hope that's helped. And all I would say is any comments, any questions, anything you want to do, you want to say, put in the comments below, and we'll go from there and we'll discuss what this means for your future. Because, you know, you could be anything, you can do anything, you know, you are the master of your own destiny here. And the only way that you'll be able to get yourself up and out there is by making the call today, what changes you want to make. I hope that's helped you. I hope it's given you something to think about. I'm Nikki Thomas, Career Success Coach. And for those of you that are just joining now, feel free to watch the replay. I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care. See ya.